Good evening. William Man here. We're going to have a little fun tonight. I know you don't like fun, but we're going to have that fun anyway. Glad you could join me. If you do, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. And let's get into this a little bit. I love this. Remember I said that politicians are not always what they seem to be. They're always out for one thing only. We've done everything to protect your rights. We have made good gun legislation. We have turned around and we, compromised. It's good common sense. You've heard all that stuff, right? Okay. In my mind, that is nothing more than a pack of horse shit. I'm sorry, that's what it is. It is what it is. These politicians could care 5 cents about you, your rights, your family, even your pet dog. They don't give a damn about you or your rights. I don't think they even care about this country, as long as they're getting paid, of course. What would you say about your legislatures who will sell you down the road? Or your favorite gun shop? Or the manufacturer that you buy your tools from? You go to the shop, you see an AR, or you see a SIG, Smith & Wesson, Colt, 380, Remington, 12 gauge. Yeah, manufactured by Americans, right? What if a foreign government decides they want to sue your manufacturers in your territory of the United States? A foreign government. But that's one thing. I've been researching this now for about 3 or 4 months. Even at the midterms, it's pretty much the same. It hasn't really changed. But anyway, don't get back to this. To sell your rights to your manufacturer. So many people might be working in these companies, right? Your own state governments, your own state legislatures, your own state attorneys would help a foreign government sue your companies out of business. And you ask yourself, these people are really Americans or what? Let me read some of the names. Now these, after the midterms, I still checked anyway after midterms, and he's still under this thing. The 13 states joined Mexico's lawsuit against the U.S. gun companies. The 13 states are backed by Mexican governments. Lawsuits against a group of U.S. firearm manufacturers. Wow. The American states. Here are the names. Maybe yours is one of them. If you're controlled by Democrats, by the way. Or rhino Republicans that do anything Democrats want. Massachusetts, California, Connecticut, Delaware, the District of Columbia, which has nothing to do, Hawaii, Illinois, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, New Jersey, naturally, New Mexico, New York, and Oregon. The Attorney Generals of these 13 states in Washington, D.C. this week, it wasn't this week, expresses, how did I get that in there? That's, alright, anyway, express support for federal lawsuits against Mexican by the Mexican government that accuses a group of American gun manufacturers and FFLs facilitating and trafficking weapons to criminals in Mexico, fueling gun violence. Now, these attorney generals of these 13 states, I think there's 14. I think I missed one state there. Yeah, there is 14. I don't forget which one that one is. Let's get serious with this for a minute. These are jobs too. These are American jobs. People work at these jobs. Bad enough they're drawing out the ammunition companies. Bad enough they want to restrict ammunition. They want to tax you. They want to put permits against this. You need to get background checks just to buy a 50 box of ammunition, for 45 or a revolver, whatever it may be. This is the point that really kind of irks people like myself, because these people are supposed to protect your rights, not give them up. Now, we heard Biden said no amendment's absolute. Democrats, for years, have demonstrated their relentless goal to disarm the American people. Period. They don't give a damn about race. They don't give a damn about culture. They don't give a damn about your rights, whether you're crippled, you're not crippled, whatever it may be. All they care about is stripping you of your constitutional rights. Even though it could cost you your life by a criminal, they would care less. You're just a statistic now. Boy, I got something for that. But I'm working on that. My idea would be. But they don't care. And when these people keep getting reelected all the time, all they're doing is when they get reelected, they push their agenda a little hard. Now, the Democrats, even though they may lose the House or they may lose the Senate, whatever it happens, or they got the Senate, the House is 50-50, I think it is. They still control. Democrats are very powerful. And lies Republicans, and there's a lot of them, will support anything that is put in front of them by the Democratic Party. You may think they're working for you, they're not. There are only a handful of the Republicans that I know of that do work for you, that don't believe in this nonsense. But they're even attacked by their own party, for Christ's sake. This is the sad part which we deal with. And this is the same nonsense that turns this whole thing around and says, you people want to destroy the democracy. We're a constitutional republic, not a democracy. And besides, all their laws attack this First Amendment, constantly going after the Second Amendment, red flag laws. I think there's a few others, I can't think of them off my hand. But they turn around and they say that MAGA, white supremacists, Proud Boys, sympathizers, Trumpsters are all out to destroy this great democracy we have. Boy, if you believe that crap, I could sell you some property on Pluto. We haven't got there yet, but I got a tip of some real good land there. And joking aside, this is the stupid nonsense which we really deal with here. Politicians will lie, cheat, steal to disarm you and even threaten you. You've all heard that from Biden, right? You want to take on a tyrannical government, you better buy some F-16s or F-18s and some cruise missiles. You know? I hate to tell that, but we already own them. We're not to buy them. We even own the pilots, too. They're the moms, the dads, the sisters, the brothers, the aunts, the uncles. They're still serving. Yeah, we already owned them. And we're proud of them. But that's it. Like I said before, these bastards are out to do one thing and one thing only. Con you from your property. Con you from your rights to defend yourselves. Con you from your, actually remove your Bill of Rights. As Obama said, order and progress comes to those who surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign. Just think, you surrender everything. That's democracy there. Constitutional republic is a little opposite, but protects the rights of the individual. Democracy promises you nothing and gives you nothing. For a bit. But that's why it's so important. So important. They want to control your education. They want to control this Green New Deal, whatever the hell this is supposed to be. It's another joke. But they want to make deals with China. They want to make deals with Russia. They want to make deals with this country. There's always some kind of damn deal involved. These politicians are constantly doing one thing only. Taking care of themselves. In fact, they just voted themselves in a raise. While the rest of the country is struggling like crazy to make ends meet. And there's big reports. In fact, I was just reading that here ago. More, almost about 3/4 or all are using credit cards just to pay their bills because of the inflation. Way to go, Biden. It's tough. It's not easy. And these people are struggling every day. And when Congress and these politicians, not just Congress, House, Congress, all these politicians vote themselves in a race with a country, with a state, a country that we have constantly struggling to make ends meet. And, it just doesn't make sense. These guys are rich at this. And yes, we did push a law for insider trading. What the hell is that going to do? There's a back door somewhere in that law, which is going to allow them to legally do it anyway. And you know how that goes. We got to protect our own kind here. Your firearms are yours. You need to protect yourselves. These politicians will lie. And when they go after the manufacturers who build your firearms or get your parts for them, or the dealers you go to, by throwing the ATF out there to do their dirty work for them, yeah, there's a lot to it. Do yourselves a favor. Protect your friends, your family. Do not be afraid to defend yourselves. And we'll catch you around. And remember those politicians.